I think about the tradition of bachelor party the night before and how long that was the tradition.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck did anybody ever get married?
I know, right?
How did that happen?
True.
How did this dude, how did this lady,
Yeah.
how did anybody show up and look pretty for their wedding?
There's weird traditions.
Yeah.
You know, we're in a modern era, but you can't help but think this is all about transferring property to you.
This is to show the community, the rest of the fiefdom,
Exactly.
the wealth of my father.
The celebration of the woman because she's been selected. You know, it's such a weird, archaic...
It feels like at the end, both people are going to get thrown into a volcano.
Yeah.
It feels like a Shirley Jackson short story where it's just like, enjoy your special day, because
Right.
at the end of it, you have to die. Welcome to We Have Concerns. Hello, Jeff Canada.
Hello, Anthony Carboni.
So this week in Hawaii, the University of Hawaii High Seas Organization ended their fake Mars expedition. Did you know that this was happening?
Fake Mars in Hawaii? I did not.
This is really, really dope. They basically, for 4 months in the middle of volcanic rock beds in Hawaii, put these people into a simulated Mars habitat.
That's pretty pimp.
8 people just to run experiments to see what daily life would be like on Mars.
Dr. Peterson, we have good news. You've been selected for the astronaut training program. And even better news, you're going to Hawaii.
This is great. So I'm training in Hawaii and then going to Mars?
Well, in a way, you're never going to Mars. We don't have the money for that.
I'm not sure how that makes me an astronaut.
Well, we're going to make Hawaii like Mars. You know all the fun stuff you do in Hawaii, like go to the beach and surf and luau
Oh, yeah,
and
I
drink
can't
stuff?
wait to do that.
None of that's happening. We're taking you to an isolated spot. We're removing everything you can see or do, and we're creating pretty much a desolate wasteland of humanless existence. And you're going to stay there for 6 to 8 months.
I'm not going to do that.
Dr. Peterson, come back.
No.
Come back, Dr.
You're
Peterson.
a jerk.
Oh.
Go to Hawaii on my own. Goddamn doctor.
Got to Dr. Peterson on a surfboard.
Yeah. You're certainly shooting the girls this morning, Dr. P.
Well, you know, man, I had a life-changing discovery. I don't fly for NASA anymore. I just hang 10.
Yeah, Dr. Cool's what we call him. Dr. Cool in color. Oh,
Dr. Cool.
Come on back to my luau, and I'll show you my stuffed pig.
Your rocket blasts off.
I'd watch Dr. Cool.
I'd watch Dr. Cool, too.
Like, it's been real warm out lately. I'd stay inside in the air conditioning and watch Dr. Cool. But so this was 8 people that they put out, and they build like an actual fake Mars colony. They give them spacesuits. They make them live in confined spaces and go out and do, you know, kind of mission walks where they collect samples.
It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit, but
To what end?
to see what it's going to be like for people under the stress of living on Mars, and also to find out if there are any procedural problems. So there are 2 things. Number one, if the habitat is designed incorrectly or a certain way to do things makes things hard, this is a way to practice it where everyone doesn't die.
Right.
Like, because if you put your pencils in the wrong place in space, you
Yeah.
die. If you mix up the salt and the pepper in space, you die. If you throw something out in the garbage instead of the recycling in space, you die.
Wow. High stakes to just to have a standard evening in.
That's it. It's funny. There's that thing that goes around where it's like, you know, when the astronauts needed to write in space, America created this pressurized pen that writes upside down.
Why did they just use a pencil, man?
I'll tell you why they didn't use a pencil. Because the little granules of pencil lead in space will kill you. They will get into the instrumentation, they will float around, they will clog something, and you will die. Everything in space leads to death.
So much for my Facebook post about the pen.
Yeah, fuck you for posting that if you posted it. And if you guys are out there and you posted that, fuck you too. I love you, but god damn it. You gotta look at
For Christ's sake.
something on Twitter says history and pics in its handle. It's all lies. Don't repost anything. I hate that so much. But so they go to Hawaii to learn what's going to kill them. But also, they go to Hawaii to be like, all right, 8 people, let's just see what happens.
Right. Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
cool?
Which one of you gets space madness first?
Yeah. They open up, they unzip the habitat on like day 150. And everybody here? Everyone accounted for?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, we got all 7 of us.
Feel like we put 8 people in there.
Not to my recollection. I mean, we've been in here a while. Hey, Randy, do you remember there being 8 people?
Nah, man, there's not anything. Don't look at me. Don't look at me the way you're looking at me. There's 7.
Yeah, that's right, Randy. That's right, isn't it?
Okay, well, let's just do a roll call. Jim?
Yep.
Randy? We already said hello to Randy. Kim?
I'm here.
Steven? Steven.
I don't remember there being a Steven on board.
There was definitely a Steven on day
doesn't
one.
sound familiar. I feel like I would remember a Steven.
No, do you remember? No,
My cousin's name is Steven. It's a name I remember well.
No, you guys remember Steven. Steven was the wacky guy. He had the catchphrase where it was just like,
I'm delicious.
he was really loud and he wore his hat backwards and he was real extreme and he always would be like, I'm delicious.
Oh.
We picked him because he seemed just real fun.
You know, now that you mention it, that does kind of ring a bell. Oh, his hat is right here. Do you want his hat? Maybe you just remembered seeing the hat because we have the hat.
He must have gotten lost in the harsh Martian wilderness.
Yeah, Kim's right. He probably got lost in the harsh Martian wilderness.
Guys, this is a park. You're 2 blocks from a 7-Eleven.
Wait, what? This whole time we've been 2 blocks from a 7-Eleven? Do you know how much I've been craving a Slurpee?
Wait.
And human flesh?
Did you guys begin to think that you were actually on Mars?
Wasn't that the goal? That was the goal of the project, was that... Oh, dear God. What if we... Hey, wait. Is that Dr. Cool?
Hey, everybody! Found this weird half-eaten guy on the beach! Brought him back to life! See you later! Oh my God, Steven! Are you okay? I'm delicious. How long do you think you would last?
Before I ate somebody? Or
before being in a room with the same 8 people?
Well, you know, it's funny. I've been reading all this stuff lately about, capital punishment and putting people in solitary confinement and how solitary confinement is actually the worst thing we can do to people.
Thanks, Orange is the New Black.
Right. I feel like even if you're with a small group of people, that's got to be a rough existence for the amount of time it takes to go to Mars. I don't know if I could do it.
It's been really warm, so we've been spending a lot of time inside, right? I just spent 48 hours inside with my mother and my fiance, 2 of the people I love the most in the world. I would have killed and eaten them in another 12 hours.
Yeah.
12 hours. And I love them. Like, I love them. Mm-hmm. These are strangers. I don't give a fuck about. like, I'm a little antisocial, I guess, a little asocial, but like, I don't do, like, I need alone time, man.
Yeah.
I need a little me time.
Yeah.
You don't get me time.
Not on Mars, you don't.
Think about this. The Mars 1 capsule, the first capsule that they wanted to send, was actually, they're looking for a middle-aged married couple. They're looking for a couple that's like 55 years old. And maybe it wasn't Mars 1, maybe it was one of the competing operations. But they were like, look, we want to send a couple that knows how to live together, that is older, they've calmed down a little bit, they don't mind like routine. They have to be able to just like deal with each other
and be superlative in every way
for the 3 years that it's going to take to get a manned spacecraft to Mars.
They could not find those people.
Think about this. You are in this little capsule with just 2 people, and these are the people that are going to go set up, and then everybody else starts coming.
Proto-humans.
Yeah, they go, like, you are in a capsule so small that you shit into these bags, and then the bags of shit are used as lining in the spacecraft, both before and after you shit in them, because you need to conserve space. And they work.
Well, I'm already doing that.
Yeah, and
that's convenient.
That's how we soundproof this room.
Yeah,
that's how they do the radiation-proof lining. It's not just being caught in like a dorm room. It's not just I'm living in my undergrad dorm with this guy that's a little weird. You are living in a bathroom with another person. Everything has to be reused in 100 different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where you are.
Including your emotions.
That's where you are for 3 years, man.
That's intense. That's intense.
Oh.
Dude, I read the book The Martian by Andy Weir. Highly recommend it. I think you would love it. But it's all about this fictionalized but really hard science fiction, as true as you could make it sound, version of this guy trying to survive on Mars.
Yeah.
He gets left behind. That's the premise. But it's all...
He's the Kirk Cameron of Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really dense in details of like how he has to be economical with all that stuff. And so it gets you in that mindset. All the things you're talking about, every bit of matter that you have has to be used in multiple ways. And you have to figure out ways to be as efficient with it as possible. It's so interesting.
And you have to do that with 8 people. I can't even come to an agreement with roommates about which cabinet the dishes go in and which cabinet the coffee mugs go in, because clearly the coffee mugs need to be near the coffee making apparatus and everything needs to flow. But they, you know what I mean?
You're being unreasonable, Rodney. The mugs obviously go above the dishes because I do a top-down approach to eating. Drinks fall into food.
That's fine, but we have to put these rations somewhere. And the rations have to be in a radiation-proof cabinet.
Well, it's not my fault that NASA
dishes.
put the radiation-proof cabinet in the mugs position. I think...
I'm not trying to mess up your flow, man, but look, half of this food can't be eaten anymore. And they can't get more to us for 3 years.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying I have a certain way of doing things that's very comfortable for me, and I gotta honor me. Just saying.
4 months later, thanks for setting up the colony. Hey, weren't there 8 of you?
So could you go to Mars? Could you go?
I want to. Like, that's the thing is when they announced that they were taking applications, the first thing that popped into my head was, I'm going to fill out an application.
I love the idea of your application.
I'm going to go to Mars. I'm going to do it. I have no practical skills, but they're actually looking for a couple people who don't have practical skills. They're looking to send some regular people along with the people who have practical skills. And I feel like I can learn shit, and I want to go to Mars, and I want to be the first person to set foot on an alien planet. Like, think about that. But this is the other thing about it. You are signing up to die in space. And not just because things are going to go wrong, because the first group of people that goes to Mars,
they ain't coming back.
They're not coming back.
One-way trip.
So, do I want to die in space? I could potentially be okay with dying in space.
It's about when do you want to die in space? Do you die in space a young person or die in space like you would normally live out your life? It just happens to be in space that you die.
Same. Because I feel like here's the deal. I'm going to get to space. And I thought about this. I'm going to get to space. Good Lord, space is going to be boring and terrible and hard. You think about Westward Ho. You think about heading to the new world. You think about all that stuff. At least it was still on the same planet. The rules of physics were the same. You could still breathe. There was still water. Like,
you know, you make an interesting analogy because that's not that different from getting on a ship and going off into the blue nothingness of question mark.
Sure.
And going, well, I hope we put the salt and pepper in the right place or else we die of scurvy.
Right.
And I'm with the same 8 crew member dudes for that period on a ship that's not that big.
Yeah.
It's not that far off.
I think the big difference to staking your claim in the new world and on Mars is, like I said, you at least knew that when you got off the ship in the new world, the air wasn't poisoned.
That's true.
Because it was still part of the same planet, right? And I'm not so worried about dying in space. I think when I think about it, I think about that episode of The Twilight Zone. Everything with me comes back to The Twilight Zone.
Clearly.
Where the guy is left alone on a planetoid to serve out his criminal sentence.
Right.
And they come every 6 months with supplies, and he's always trying to get the guys with supplies to stick around and play cards because there's no one else there. He's a criminal. But I look at that and I'm like, I could do really well with only seeing people once every 6 months. My problem with going to space, who are these 7 other people? Because I will probably wind up strangling them.
When you put that in your application, that's probably not the best. What is your worst quality?
Yeah.
Wanting to strangle 7 other people when I'm alone with them is probably.
I want to
probably
kill
not.
my loved ones after spending 48 hours with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. Yeah.
We're going to send you to Practice Mars first. Hey, dude, welcome to Practice Mars.
Right.
Stab, stab, stab. All right, didn't do so good in Practice Mars. We're,
So many people have died at Practice Mars.
after that many people die in Practice Mars, you have to question whether it's time to send people to Mars yet.
Exactly. That's why we haven't done it yet. My question to you, though, is...
How would you do? Would you do it? Would you go?
Well, you have the moment of being the first human or group of humans to set foot on Mars. And you're like, yeah, did it! Now we wait to die. Because it's not like you can be discovering things. We kind of know what's on Mars, and it ain't much.
That's the thing, right? It's not like you come over to America and you go, well, I'm going to chop down these trees. I'm going to build a house. I'm going to divert this river. I'm going to make
And
some
holy crap,
crops
who are
and-
these people?
Yeah.
There's people. Let's subjugate them and turn them into our religion.
Yeah, so many things to do.
So many things. Just the list
It's a lot like
alone.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was like.
And Mars is like the worst level of Minecraft.
Mars is like one of those Minecraft knockoffs on Steam Early Access.
Yeah,
That's
all
an
we have
alpha-
so far is orange dust.
Yeah. We got redstone working. You can't build anything with it.
We got it up and working and prototyped.
You can only build with things that they send to you. So if they send you, all right, guys, we're sending you the structures that you can use to build out the next part of the colony.
Oh, so excited. It's so excited. I've been waiting for this day for 3 years.
Should be there in another 18 months. Assuming everything goes correct. Oh, wait. It looks like one of the thrusters just went a little too hard. It's 1 degree off, multiplied by 3 years, and yeah, that stuff is just floating into the eternal blackness of space.
Oh, man.
We hope you haven't finished that Sudoku book yet.
Oh, Christ. All I wanted was one new Sudoku book. That's all I asked for. That's all I needed in this shipment.
Real sorry about that, Dave, but I'll tell you what, if you want to get out a pencil and paper...
How many times do I have to tell you about pencils in space? They kill people!
Space is not easy or good. I guess maybe it's not cool to go there. The 8 people who are in this fake colony seem to do fine. But here's my question. Did they do fine because in the back of their heads, they knew they weren't in fucking space? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're in this
We're
thing.
testing your stress levels. Oh, yeah? Well,
you're
I
not.
should probably take my lay off my neck.
You just walk out of the tent, you're like, oh, shit. Totally forgot to put the helmet on. Hand me the helmet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's not real. And they know it's not
Guys,
real.
this is high stakes. High stakes. We're going to treat this exactly as normal.
Hey, look, I made a house out of all of our mashed potatoes. Tell them to send us more mashed potatoes. Okay. Hey, Mission Control, send us some more mashed potatoes. They're delicious. That you can do as many dry runs and tests as you want, but I feel like putting 8 people in a tent in Hawaii is not going to tell us whether they can handle space.
Still-
They didn't even do it for 3 years.
Yeah.
They did it for 4 months.
Did they do it for 4 months because that's all the budget they had? Or
I think everybody just got bored and walked
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
It was right by the Hyatt Regency on North Beach. And they just walked right out. They were like, oh man, I've been wanting to take ukulele lessons. I get more scared during my thought experiments about going to Mars. I bet I freaked myself out more than those people freaked themselves out in that tent.
Well, you are not a prime candidate. Let's just put it that way.
I am not the guy you send to Mars. In a zombie movie, I'm the guy that gets like really, really paranoid and says everyone else is the traitor.
I like the idea of you in the fake Hawaiian Mars area,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, Jesus, dude, calm down. We're not really on Mars, man.
Hey, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Look at how deep he's breathing. He's breathing all the air.
There's plenty of air. We're on Earth. We're still
Breathing all the air. No,
we're in
supposed to
Honolulu.
treat this like we're on Mars, and you're sucking up all my oxygen,
Why-
Steve.
You're freaking out, Anthony. I don't understand.
Don't think I didn't see you eat double rations. I saw you eat double
There's
rations.
a whole case of them. If you just unzip the thing, man.
Oh, unzip the thing. You're trying to get me sucked out the airlock, aren't you?
Oh, man. We really should have read this guy's application closer.
I know what you're all up to. If in a zombie apocalypse, Mars, John Carpenter's The Thing situation, I will kill everyone around me out of paranoia. before. Like, I'm
You're
sorry.
basically the worst person to
I'm
have
the worst
anywhere.
person. I'm the worst character in all of these things. I like to think I'm going to be cool. I'm not going to be cool. I shouldn't go to space.
Well, somebody needs to go to space, man.
Hey, would you guys go to space? Let us know if you would go to space. You can tweet at us. I'm at @acarboni.
And I'm at Jeff Kanata.
If you have
Come to our space.
we're setting up SpaceCon in the Hawaiian volcanic fields.
I like it.
I would do that.
That'd be awesome.
That should be the new adult space camp.
That would be amazing. You could have it's groups of 8, but it's like 14/10 of groups of 8.
so cool. I would be so into that.
You could have a space panty raid at night.
Are you turning this into Space Van Wilder?
Yeah, of course I am.
You're Space Van Wilder, aren't you?
I want to be. That's the new space camp. It's like emphasis on the camp.
Whee! Porky's in space.